could talk to the animals, just imagine it, chatting to a chimp and chimpanzee. Imagine talking to a tiger, chatting to a cheetah. Oh, what a neat achievement it would be. If we could talk to the animals, learn their languages, maybe take an animal degree. I'd study elephant and eagle, buffalo and beagle, alligator, guinea pig and flea. I would converse in polar bear and python, and I would curse in fluent kangaroo. If people ask me, can you speak rhinoceros? I'd say, of course there is. Can't you? If I conferred with our furry friends, man to animal, think of the amazing repartee. If I could walk with the animals, talk with the animals, grunt and squeak and squawk with the animals, and they could talk to me. If you just stop and think of it, there's no doubt of it, I would win a place in history. If I could walk with the animals and talk with those animals, grunt, squeak, squawk with the animals, and they could squeak and squawk and speak and talk to me.
As its minister. Here at the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Fort Wayne, we offer a liberal spiritual sanctuary. We are a welcoming congregation, and this means we intentionally offer radical hospitality to those who identify as gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning. Now, regardless of all those identities that our culture offers you to fit into, race, age, ability, gender, ethnicity, or whom you choose to love, you, each of you, are welcome here, for we believe in the original blessing of being human. Now, we also believe in the affirming and promoting of the inherent worth of all beings, all living beings. And so a quick note about our worship service this morning. We are so happy to have all of our animal companions here. Now, don't fret if your animal makes noise during the service, Lola. Now, a few barks and chirps are normal. And if you feel like your friend is getting particularly restless or needs some fresh air or to use the restroom, please don't hesitate to take them right outside during the service and return when they're feeling better. There are paper towels and cleaning supplies right inside the door by the organ. We also ask that our animal friends only come forward during the blessing of the animals, and that for other parts of the service, if you yourself need to come forward, we appreciate it if you could leave your friend with your neighbor in your row. If your neighbor is comfortable with that, make sure to check. If you are visiting us for the first time, you're in for a treat. But also, please be sure to complete a visitor card. The cards are found in our entryway at the welcome desk, and that desk is staffed by our membership committee, who can answer many of the questions that you might have this morning, and all are welcome to join us for fellowship in the social hall. or in the gallery. Wherever there is coffee and an abundance of nourishment will be there for you. So let us take a moment now to look at the announcements printed in your order of worship. We have many upcoming events, and I would like to invite John Sheehan. And if Lola has to come, that's okay too.
That's it.
Our opening words this morning are from the Reverend Tim Kutzmark. Isn't church a place to welcome all parts of life? Isn't spirituality a way to accept all parts of life? Isn't religion a commitment to explore all parts of life? The parts that are messy or unclear, the parts that shed or drool or make noises at the quiet times, the parts that laugh or cry or feel lost, those parts that hurt at so great a cost. Everything has a time and a place. Everything has a meaning and a lesson to face. So, this morning we welcome humans and grown-ups and children and teens, and we welcome kittens and puppies and turtles and bugs, and we welcome teddy bears and stuffed animals and soft things that we give hugs. And even to those fuzzy things that may go piddle on the rug. Will you join me in our chalice lighting found in your order of worship as Edith lights our chalice? We see divinity in every living thing. The feather, the fin, the fur, the scale, and the feathers. We kindle the flame of our chalice in recognition of all divine sparks that together celebrate the breath of life. And let us strengthen these words with the words of our covenant. Love is the spirit of the church, and service is our law. To dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. This is our covenant. In our continued outreach to the larger community and in our practice of helping one another each week, we receive donations for the Wellspring Food Pantry. So if we brought those this morning, they belong in the blue basket over here. But also, because it's the 5th Sunday and we were having our blessing of the animals, we are also accepting donations for the Allen County SPCA, and those, well, we might just go here. So at this time, let us bring forward the abundance of our generosity to help those beyond the walls of our community. Animals. For the animals who live close to nature, who remind us of the sanctities of birth and death, who do not trouble their lives with foreboding or grief, who let go each moment as it passes, and accept each new one as it comes with serenity and grace. Enable us to walk in beauty as they do, at one with the turning seasons, welcoming the sunrise and at peace with the sunset. And as we hallow the memory of good friends now departed, who loved abundantly and in their time were loved, who freely gave us their affection and their loyalty, let us not be anxious for tomorrow, but ask only that kindness and gratitude fill our hearts today, day by day, and into the passing years. Now this is also the time that we set aside in our worship service to share with one another the deeply held joys and sorrows, milestones, and remembrances that we have been carrying this week. And we do so by the lighting of these candles. And this time, you may come forward, speaking your joy or sorrow, and light a candle. You may ask me to light a candle for you. And as always, you may come forward and light a candle in silence. I encourage you to sort of form a cup, a circle light, to come forward, taking turns at the microphone if you are choosing to speak that joy or sorrow. Let us remember that in the cultivating of the prayers of our hearts that we will share this morning, that we cultivate a reverence for our living. And so, please, let us share with one another.
Maggie and this is Kristen. He wanted to light a candle, so this is for musical energy. If somebody does.
I'm lighting 2 candles this morning. One is a candle of joy for Peg Magnin, who is recovering from her surgery on her hand, and the pins and the wires have been removed from the middle joint of her index finger that was used. She is pleased with the results, and she's hopeful that this will reduce the pain and swelling. The second candle is a candle of sorrow from a dear friend Elizabeth, whose husband died suddenly last Saturday. Elizabeth and her husband are the parents of a son who's been in a coma for 8.5 years. Please remember your children and prayers.
Lighting 2 candles of gratitude this morning. A couple weeks ago, I went through another one of my infamous health crises, and so the first candle of gratitude is to Tony Crane and Dennis Shipley, who gave time over a couple afternoons to come out and stay with me for a few hours to make sure that I didn't have any relapses. And the second candle of gratitude goes to the special caregiver in my life, who for the last 10 years has seen me through ups and downs, good times and bad times, and many times I don't think I would still be here if it wasn't for the great care that he was giving me.
Sit back in a car, had to walk around the rest of his life with his left foreleg missing. He was all parallels for our own lives from that.
usually talking about. His birthday is on Friday, and he will be 9 years old. And there should be a second candle for the gathering of the family, and may we all please let this be a happy protect.
This candle is for the young woman from Bishop Dwenger who was killed, T-boned last night. The event happened by our house, the bar is over by our house, and apparently the guy they were shooting and he killed her, so it's for her family.
This is a candle for our 52nd wedding anniversary that we celebrated yesterday in kind of an unusual way. We went to the first birthday party of a great-grandchild. A wonderful day.
This is a happy birthday candle for my granddaughter who is 2.
I have a candle of just awareness for John Irwin had another surgery on Friday, and let us keep him in our thoughts and prayers. Each time I talk to him, he's trying to keep hope alive. And I'll light a final candle for all the joys and the sorrows, both spoken and unspoken. Let us remember one another in the week to come. There's been a little change in your order of worship. Our meditation this morning actually will be in 3 voices rather than responsive prayer. So you get to just receive this morning. So let us join in a time of meditation, however that is for you. Prepare yourself. Maybe you want to plant your feet on the ground or put an animal in a cage or however that works for you. Put them on your lap and cuddle and all of those good things.
Surrounded by the animals we love, we remember with gratitude the pets, protectors, and animal companions who have blessed our lives. We give thanks to our childhood pets who taught us to love and to cry. We give thanks for our children's pets who help us to teach them responsibility and relationships. And we give thanks for the pets who brighten our days and comfort our nights.
Surrounded by beloved pets, we remember that many animals suffer. We remember that some animals are hunted or deserted, tortured, or hungry. We remember that nature can be cruel and that people can be mean. We remember and want to help.
Surrounded by the animals we love, we know that many animals contribute to our lives. We give thanks for all those animals who help us. Worker animals who guard us and find our lost and guide the blind. The animals who provide us food and clothing. Who tote our burdens and entertain us with their antics. And for animals who give their lives to help us learn.
Spirit of life, help us to remember that we live and work and love among the animals. Help us to be their friends, to to love them and care for them and protect them from harm, to thank them when we use their lives for ours.
Especially this morning, Spirit of Life, bless these animals, who are the companions of our lives. Hear our outpouring of love and gratitude for them, and help us translate that into love and gratitude for all the creatures.
So amazing. I believe there's a special guest for our musical offering this morning. Kermit. Thank you.
Misty Dawn. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well, Kermit. I just wanted to offer my gratitude and thank you for coming and representing all froggy things.
We prefer to be called amphibian Americans.
My deep apologies, Kermit.
That's okay. I'm here really to talk about being green.
Being green, yes.
I'm green. Frogs are green.
They don't talk back and hardly eat. They won't jump in bed with dirty feet. They never argue and never fight. Whatever said, you're always right. So if you have some love to share, get yourself a teddy bear.
On the fifth Sunday of each month that has a fifth Sunday, like today, March, our Social Action Committee has deemed the fifth Sunday collection for the Minister's Discretionary Fund. And so we will share that offering of abundance to the Minister's Discretionary Fund, which I get to utilize to do good within our walls and beyond our walls. And recently, in the past 3 months, I've been able to provide new shoes and some gas to help people get to where they need to go for care and support. So the morning offerings will be gratefully received. seated. We worship because we wish to understand how to value life and how to improve it for ourselves and for others. Laura Kim Joyner, past president of the UU Animal Ministry, has offered these words in inviting congregations to see the blessing of the animals as more than that warm and fuzzy multi-generational worship service. And now, our second annual Blessing of the Animals Together invites our experience of rituals of blessing and remembrance as an embodiment of our first and seventh principles. We come together to affirm the worth of all living beings and to capture our awareness of the interdependent web of which we indeed are a part. As Unitarian Universalists, we practice our principles to deepen our understanding of how to value life and how to improve it for ourselves and for others. And as we grow in the how-tos, we discover wisdom, which grounds our daily living. So in my morning practice of reading from one of the many meditation manuals that sit at my bedside, I found this gem from Unitarian Universalist Minister Gordon McKeeman, who recently passed, in his collection Out of the Ordinary. He writes, "Knowledge offers us the key to how-to. Knowledge has opened doors to possibilities. Wisdom is knowing who you are, where you are, and what you're trying to do or to be." Now, being a caregiver of animals offers many how-tos. For example, I recall the first time I learned how to change the litter box, or maybe how to walk the dog rather than it having walked me. I remember the first time I learned how to remove a tick and how to not panic when the dog ran out the front door and jumped into the pizza delivery car. I have learned how to give medication with baby food and these beef-flavored pill pockets, and how to manage vet bills and trips to the groomer. And yet I wondered, how has my four-legged family offered wisdom? The wisdom of knowing who you are, where you are, and what you are trying to do or be. Where is the wisdom in this caregiving of our animal friends? Our dogs, who are not here this morning, or they would not behave. Our dogs, Musubi and Slade, remind me that I am indeed a caregiver, not simply a pet owner. In fact, I am most definitely positive that I am the one who is owned by them. And they depend on my spouse Jenna and I to feed them, to walk them, snuggle, and play with them. They depend on our caregiving instinct to know if it's time to go to the vet or not. They remind me when I try to do too much and juggle too many tasks. We all have that experience of trying to juggle many things. That it's important to make time to play, to walk, and even to nap. It's the wisdom of moving and resting our bodies, regardless of all those deadlines and busyness. In gaining the how-tos, the knowledge of how to care for these two dogs, I have also gained the wisdom of being connected to the interdependent web. The importance of offering gratitude for nourishment. sleigh decides to bark as we feed him, we believe that he's saying thank you. Also a practice of patience. And that I am loved unconditionally when I walk in the door, no matter if I've walked out 5 different times. And that a divine spark resides within me as well as each of them. Musabi and Slade have also shared the wisdom that some caregivers have the love and generosity to care for more than one animal friend at a time, but that those connections may take time to nurture between animal companions. The wisdom of our coming together to bless the animals, those we are surrounded by here and now, those that have left us behind by death, those that are rescued and in the wild, and the time during our church year when we affirm and promote the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. Because often I find myself entering into that affirming of the 7th principle with sort of a focus on caring and nurturing the earth, of digging and planting, and yet this web is intricate and wide in relation to all living things. It is in this web we affirm the worth of all living things. This worth found across species, not for only the featherless bipeds like us. This morning, we celebrate the wisdom to know that being Unitarian Universalists, we celebrate those divine sparks of our feathered, furred, finned, and scaled animal friends. And we come together to bless and be blessed, and to discover the wisdom in the how-tos and deepen our awareness of the value of all life. So now this is the point that you all have been waiting for. It is somewhat a blessing of the animals and a great big parade. So I'm going to invite our animal friends and their companions and caregivers to come forward and maybe create a circle. So I want you to sort of end up here. I want you to share your beloved pet's name. And then I will bless the wonderful pets and they will be on their way this way. So we're going to go in a circle so that everybody gets a wonderful, wonderful treat of seeing all of the wonderful animals. Now some of you have brought pictures, and that's an excellent thing to do, so I'm going to have you present a picture and share who that is. I want to let you know that I got a note from Crystal and Dick Geller, who would, if they were here, they are some of our snowbirds who go to Florida. If they were here, Armando, their cat, would be here. And so we want to lift up Armando, because that is what they asked us to do, and bless him as well if they were able to be here. So, let us begin this fabulous parade of blessings. Come on down. Tell us who this is. Zoe. Zoe is is coming too.
Gail.
Well, that's great. You.
I am so small, but I think that's the first time I've ever been in the way.
Help them feel better. So let us show Zoe to this side of the room as well. Thank you. Toby? This is Toby. This is Toby from Facebook? Yes. Toby and Marianne. Toby, may you be blessed. May your tummy be full. And you have a home that is safe with lots of love and smiles. This is Fergie. You want him. This is Fergie. Fergie, may you be blessed. May you have a full tummy, a place to be safe, and lots of love in that place. Come on. Oh, who are you? Princess. Princess. May you be blessed. May your tummy be full. May you have a safe place where you are loved and cherished. Well, a new tie this year. Hero. Hero, may you be blessed. May your tummy be always full, I'm guessing, and a safe place where you are loved. Tchotchke is a Basenji dog, four-legged family. Basenji is under the weather. Tchotchke. I don't know. So Tchotchke is a little bit under the weather, couldn't be here with us this morning. So we hope that she will be blessed and healing. Let's send some healing prayers to Tchotchke. How's that? Great. This is Pip. Oh, is this a new addition to your family, Karen? So Karen has a new addition, Pip. May Pip be blessed and have a full tummy and a safe place where she is loved. He is loved. Bosco, he's a cattle dog, and he jumps about this high and bites your feet. So we don't want to bring him. Okay, that's Bosco. And Lincoln. Now Lincoln I've seen on Facebook. Yes. Yes. And Lincoln is a beagle. So may they both be blessed, have full tummies, and and a kitty. And a kitty. Oh, so you are one of those animal caregivers who has enough to have multiple. Yes. And this is it for now. The tracing. So may they all three be blessed and have full tummies and a safe place where they are loved. So a long list. I'm going to let you talk.
I'm asking a blessing for 4 foster kitties, Attila the Hun, and Molly and Sally, and also Uma, plus my own kitties, Christula, Amy and Miney. Amy is a 3-legged cat, and Miney the brother, and also Tippy and Arabella.
7 of your own and 4 fosters. Well, may you also be blessed. But may they be blessed and have full tummies and a safe place where they are loved. Star, cat. We're not even going to think about it. Okay. But we hope that Star has a full belly and a safe place where she is loved. A horse, of course.
This is Checkers, my grand horse.
This is your grand horse, the Checkers. bringing her. So may Callie be blessed, and may she have a full belly and a safe place where she is loved.
My son, who purchased this horse, was supposed to have been my, I can't purchase a horse.
Purchase you a horse. Now you have a grand horse, which is all the better. Hello.
This is Big Fluffy.
Big, fluffy, perfect.
Penelope, also her new nickname. Oh, this is Cornelia. Oh, that was Penelope. I only know her as Kittler because she has a very unfortunate mole. Right? You can see it on her face. She's the cat that looks like Hitler. So we call her Kittler. I didn't know where she had it. Kittler.
And or Penelope.
And this is also
And Big Fluffy.
Fatness Everdeen. She's a very big fluffy.
So how can
They're
I?
very well behaved.
They are. They're good and they cuddle. And so let's bless them. Let's bless them and may they be blessed and have full bellies and a safe place where they are loved. Oh my gosh, they're so soft. They are truly big and fluffy. Well, and Lola.
That is Lola Bell.
Lola, we're glad you're here, Lola.
Lola.
Hi. Hi. May you be blessed and have a full belly and a safe place to be loved.
And we lost our Shih Tzu, Barnaby, Mr. B, or vice versa, B-Money.
So this is a family that has multiple names for their something to think about.
It's almost having like a new animal.
Yeah, every time.
Come on, Lola.
Lola.
Well, this is Northern Parrot. It's under the weather today, so I have brought Norman, and Norman does make me blessed, as you all know. Actually, I'm the one who should be blessed.
Rachel, we believe that you are blessed for having Norman in your household. Norman, for those of you who don't know, you can follow Norman on Facebook. So Norman, we bless you, and may you always have a full belly and a safe place where you are loved, even if it's the lower condo. And this is Benji, who's a terrier and afraid of everybody. So Benji, may you be blessed, and may you have a full belly and a safe place where you are loved. Okay, so will you go? Charlie and Fish. So when you go home, will you offer them our blessing that they may all have full bellies and a safe place where they are loved? Great, thank you. And who's this, Dave?
This is Carol the Feral.
Carol the Feral.
She adopted us about 2 years ago.
Okay.
She's not housebroken. I am.
Oh.
But she spends about half her time inside,
And then
the rest outside.
well,
Go ahead.
I was just going to bless Carol.
Okay, how do you do that?
So I'm going to invite you to take this blessing home to Carol and
Hey,
say,
tell her.
you want me to tell her?
Tell her.
Okay, so Carol, may you be blessed, may you have a full belly and a safe place where you are loved, whether that's in or outside.
Yeah, now scratch me.
Okay.
Now scratch.
And please don't scratch David.
Sign is crossed.
No, we're good. This is what we do. Okay. Sheldon.
Isn't she precious?
So Sheldon has a pet turtle, and his name is Franklin. Franklin's at home right now. So maybe Sheldon will take our blessing back to Franklin and hope that Franklin life, a full belly, and a safe place where she is always loved. Now, will you turn to your order of worship and join me in our unison blessing? Animals, our companions, our beloved guests, we pledge to care for them tenderly and faithfully, and to remember that we are not alone on this earth. And our closing song is a little bit of our choir and a little bit of us. And so, the words are printed in your order of worship, and we're going to close out in song.
I will do the chorus as the introduction so you can hear it. We'll do the chorus twice. A quintet will do the verse, and then we'll do the chorus twice.
Let's stand if we're able.
Bless them all as they bless us.